For most of human history, death was not the greatest mystery. What came after death was. Because if life ends, what happens next? For thousands of years, civilizations across the world search for an answer, and again, they imagine remarkably similar places: heaven and hell. Ancient Egyptians believed the dead entered Duat, a realm beyond death filled with trials and judgment. There, every soul faced a test. The heart was weighed against the feather of truth. A pure heart could continue its journey. A corrupt one faced destruction. Ancient Greeks imagined the underworld of Hades, where nearly every soul would go after death. But not every fate was the same. The righteous could reach the Elysian fields. The wicked could be condemned to Tartarus. Even after death, justice remained important. In Norse mythology, fallen warriors hoped to enter Valhalla, a great hall where heroes would feast beside the gods. The afterlife reflected the life they had lived. Courage mattered. Honor mattered. How you died mattered. In Christianity, the divide became even clearer. Heaven offered eternal reward. Hell offered eternal punishment. Few ideas would become more influential or more feared. Buddhist traditions describe Naraka, often compared to hell, but with one important difference. Punishment was not always eternal. Souls could eventually leave. Suffering had a purpose: transformation. Hindu traditions imagined Yama, the Lord of Death, a divine judge who examined every life. Actions carried consequences, not just in life, but beyond it. Ancient Chinese beliefs described vast courts of the afterlife, where souls faced multiple judges, each examining different deeds. The dead passed through layers of judgment, one decision at a time. The Aztecs imagined Mictlan, a realm reached through a long and dangerous journey. The challenge was not morality, but endurance. Even after death, the journey was far from over. And perhaps that is the strangest part. These worlds were dramatically different. Different gods, different rules, different punishments, different rewards. Yet they all attempted to answer the same question: what happens after we die? No civilization ever discovered the answer, but many created a system, a place where justice existed, where good was rewarded, and evil had consequences. Because life often feels unfair. Good people suffer, cruel people prosper, and death arrives for everyone. Heaven and hell offered something reality could not always provide: order, meaning, justice. And perhaps that is why these ideas survived for so long. Not because anyone could prove they existed, but because they answered questions that terrified humanity. Questions about death, questions about justice, questions about what comes next. Even today, people continue searching for the same answers, because beyond every version of heaven and every version of hell lies a mystery humanity has never solved. What happens after we die? If you enjoyed this journey into the origins of heaven and hell, subscribe for more cinematic videos about mythology, psychology, ancient civilizations, and the hidden fears that shaped humanity. Because some of humanity's most powerful beliefs were created in the search for answers no one could ever see.